after, having seen what you have been doing and posting and the photo shoot. So I was very curious to actually speak with you. And it's just making my mind bloom to see you, your strength, your bravery, your courage, really. And you're gonna kick this leukemia in the butt.
Yeah.
It's done. It's done. It's done. And you also stole the words from my mouth, because I was going to exactly ask you if you would have a message for those at home. And I guess you already started brushing up a little bit on that. You ruined this for me. No, but you are enough is something you would recommend to people to say to themselves. And I love me, I love you, looking at yourself in the mirror. What else do you have for us?
Yes. So I recommend for all those listening today, a lot of things that have helped me through my journey. We talked a little bit about community and meeting people that have the same struggles as you do, and being able to uplift each other and more relate with one another. That is very helpful to have that. But honestly, the things that have helped me most as well has also been meditation and writing in my journal. Those two things have really helped me to get all of the, I would call it the brain fog in my mind and all the things swirling around in my head out on a piece of paper, and been able to look at it with my eyes and see it as a tangible thing on a piece of paper. It might not be tangible in the world, or the feeling might not be tangible, but to have it actually written down on a tangible piece of paper just has really helped me. So definitely recommend journaling and writing things down, even the bad days. I have a gratitude journal, but also in my gratitude journal, I have negative things as well, things that I'm grateful for a couple weeks ago, I was having a very hard time and I just cried. And I had a good friend who I met at the clinic. Her name is Amanda. She's fantastic. And she is battling cancer right now as well. And she was telling me to just embrace the bad days. And so I did. I just embrace the bad days. Sometimes we can't always pull ourselves out of those challenging moments, and knowing that it's okay to have a bad day is very important. I feel that a lot of times we're very hard on ourselves. And so what I want to tell listeners today is don't be so hard on yourself. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to have a bad week. It's okay to be in a weird funk for a month that you're struggling with, Hey, the light will come. And as you do these little things of writing in your journal, as you take time to meditate and to just be still, that's been my favorite thing at clinic. As I wait in one of the patient rooms for her to come, I'll slip off my shoes, I'll crisscross my legs, I'll set my palms face up, and I'll close my eyes, and I will just focus on my breathing, and I will just be still in that moment and just focus on my breath. And doing that helps get all of the worry, all of the struggle out of my mind, and it helps me to just be in the moment, to be in the now. And I think that is very important for us in today's world, with so much going on with this pandemic, with so much going on in our lives, all the uncertainty. Learning to just be still can really help us to then look forward to the future. It can help us to work through our thoughts, work through our emotions and our feelings in our journal, and to continue to press forward with our lives and to set small goals, which are very important for us. A lot of people will say, I didn't do anything productive today. Well, you did. If you got out of bed and you got dressed, you did something amazing. And don't be hard on yourself for that being the only thing that you accomplished today, because it is so important that you got out of bed and that you got dressed, or that you got out of bed and that you made yourself breakfast or that you sat at the table. Those small victories that you start to focus on those positive moments, then turn into like a steamroll. It turns into a giant snowball, is what I'd like to say. And it just grows bigger and bigger and bigger until then you realize and you know that you have reached great heights because you have focused and on the small and simple things that have grown. And then you'll be amazed at where you are at the end, and you'll look back and you'll say, wow, look where I am now today, because I started focusing and praising myself on the little things. I started telling myself that I can do this, that I love myself, that I can be strong, that I started journaling. I have been taking moments to meditate and be still. And so for our listeners today, just start there. And it can be 30 seconds of meditation. It doesn't have to be 5, 10 minutes, 20, 30. Just start small and celebrate the little victories.
Right. We focus so much on the car and the job and the apartment, and it's the smile of your children that matter, or, just getting through another round of chemo, or it's those little not that going through a round of chemo is a little victory, but
it is. Yeah. It really is. It is. It's those little victories. And even I'm not perfect at this. I'm sitting here saying, do this and it'll help you. And it does. It helps me. But by focusing more on those, sometimes you have to scale back a little bit, and it's hard to look. A lot of times I'll look at December and I'll get so excited for December to come that then I realize I'm really sad. And I'm like, why am I sad? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's because I'm focusing on today. I'm not focusing on this week. And when I focus on the little by little, the end will come. December will come for me eventually. It'll be here. And so as I do that, it's very helpful. So don't bite off too much more than you can chew.
Yeah. And the power of focusing on the now is also, because I try to do that. And again, I fail at it as well, right? Or I wouldn't have a podcast on mental health. It's tough. But the power of thinking, being in the present and thinking of now is that it is true. Now you are healthy. Now you are okay. Now, at this very moment that I'm saying these words, everything around me is stable and is okay. And it's uplifting. It takes you places. Because again, if you project in the future, like you're saying, December, then that's when, things get all out of control. Right? And it's a secret. It's almost like a little secret. Once we get access to this little secret, everything gets so much more manageable, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very true. It really does become more manageable when you look at it little by little, because even in my cancer journey, on a day-to-day basis, it changes. And so I've had to learn. I've been a very, my family will tell you that I like to be very organized. I like to plan and be in control of activities that we're doing, or my future week. And so having cancer has really helped me to learn to not fly by the seat of my pants, but to learn to adjust and to adapt, and to be able to be okay with change. I think that's been the hardest part, is with the change of having the cancer, because one day, like today, I'll be feeling great, but maybe by this afternoon I'll be sleeping, and I'll be asleep for 3 to 4 hours because my body's just exhausted, or it just needs it. Or tomorrow I won't be able to eat because I'm so nauseous from the medications that I'm on. Or I won't be able to get out of bed because my head is spinning and I have the worst migraine. Or my skin will be so dry that it's very hard for me to eat or to even talk because my lips are so cracked, or I have so many mouth sores in my mouth. So just these little moments, I've really have learned to, like you said, be able to look at the day-to-day function, and to just soak in those moments of sorry, I'm going to get a little bit emotional here. but to soak up the small things, the laughter, the messes, to let go of not worrying about the house being clean, but to focus on my relationships with my spouse, with my kids, with my family, with my friends. That has been so important to me through this cancer journey, because that is what's most important in life, is how those relationships with others. So another thing that I would encourage listeners to today, if there's a relationship that is struggling in your life, I want to challenge you to be strong and brave and to slowly start mending it. It might be scary and it might be really hard, but life is so fragile and it is short, and you never know. You never know. You never know when you're going to get in a car accident. You never are going to know if you're going to get hit with cancer. You never know if you are going to not be able to make it out of bed, or fall into a deep depression and not want to talk to anyone, or have debilitating anxiety. And so focusing on those relationships are so important to mend and to make healthy. That's obviously in a safe way as well for you, because I realize there's also relationships out there that can be toxic. So I'm not saying to run to those toxic relationships, but to mend relationships that are going to be healthy relationships for you and assist you on your journey.
Yeah. So basically step out of your comfort zone and explore whatever is there that the world may be offering you, or life may be offering you, and you're not realizing yet that it's good for you to accept it. It's a gift. Who knows? Yeah. Sometimes these gifts are look very poisonous.